How do I win this breakup? How do I gain the upper hand over my ex after they have dumped me? How do I get over this as quickly as possible? Well, the answer is quite simple. It's when you stop giving a fuck. Come take a walk with me through this video and find out how to gain the upper hand over your ex during your breakup. And welcome back to the Love Fix. It's Nick, guiding you through your relationship and breakup problems without the BS. If today's video is not enough for you and you would like to work with me on a one-to-one coaching session to get you over your breakup problem, you can drop me an email at thelovefix20@gmail.com, and the rest of my details are in the description below. I would also greatly appreciate if you could help out all the broken hearts out there by hitting like and subscribe. It will greatly improve the odds of them seeing this video. Trust me when I say, if they've been getting a daily dose of the expat coaches out there, they will need this video more than ever. So let's get you onto the path of winning the breakup. If you are a regular listener, you will know by now that most of my content goes against 95% of the get my ex back quick BS out there. Quite honestly, my sub and view account would likely be higher if I told you what you want to hear and sold you an ex back in 30 days program. However, I'm not about that, and I will simply tell you how it is. The truth isn't sexy and it's a hard sell, but the truth will set you free, as they say. So, here is some truth for you, but also how to use it to your advantage. Your ex made a decision to dump you, a decision they didn't consult you on until they were actually going through with it, a decision where you didn't even get a vote, a decision that has fundamentally changed the course and direction of your life. This puts your ex in charge and you instantly on the back foot. You leave their place, licking your wounds and limping home after they just sentenced you to an emotional death. You instantly think, how do I get them back? Or, how do I get over them quickly? A better question would be to ask, how do I get over them correctly? A better mindset would be to have, do we really get over anything, or do we merely develop the tools to accept what happened and how to respond appropriately? So one of the tools that you will need to develop to quote unquote win the breakup will be whoever cares less as the upper hand. And that only happens when you decide to care less, or more to the point, when you decide to care more about yourself than your ex or the breakup. Right off the bat, it's gonna suck. And guys, it's meant to hurt. You will be in shock, and that may even manifest itself with physical symptoms. A lack of sleep, loss of appetite, panic attacks. Hell, some of my clients have even reported having diarrhea. This means that you are now allowing your ex's actions to assign value to you. You have to know in your mind that they do not get to assess your value. That is for you and you only. By refusing to allow your ex to assign value to you, you're already starting to gain the upper hand. You're very much letting your ex know that they have no power over you. So I want you to ask yourself this. Were you happy and in love with your ex all of the time? I am willing to bet my mortgage that they did things that pissed you off and made you unhappy to the point where you maybe thought about ending the relationship yourself. And maybe sometimes you got close to the edge with that. Honestly, guys, I seriously considered breaking up with my ex 6 months before she actually broke up with me. She was doing things that were getting on my nerves and my feelings were changing for her. I could have very easily have been the dumper in my personal breakup situation, and my breakup journey would have been very, very different. Now, you may be wondering where I'm going with this. My point is that if your feelings for your ex changed at all during your relationship, this should give you some comfort because feelings can change. I went from wanting to split up with my ex to it's just a rough patch and we have to work through it. Sadly, she did not agree and ended the relationship 6 months later. I gained the upper hand by walking away from a situation where I was no longer wanted. That instantly increases my value and at the very least gains my ex's respect in this context. Your ex can go from they don't want to be with you to questioning their decision and considering a reconciliation. Then again, They may have checked out a long time ago, and for them, there is no way back. Either way, you gain the upper hand by showing you can stand without them, and that your self-esteem is not dependent on their presence, and that you will just be fine without them. Your ex is perfectly imperfect, just like the rest of us, and just because they've decided to end your relationship, it doesn't make them a bad person. They've made a decision to walk away from a situation that no longer works for them, and you should do the same. You should not stick around with someone or try to get someone back that doesn't want you in their life. It makes a far bigger statement that you walk away from that situation when someone doesn't want you. It's time to stop defining yourself by what you don't have and define yourself by what you do have. You no longer have a partner, and that's a bad day for anyone. Guys, I know it hurts, and it's okay. It's okay to hurt right now. However, you are alive, and anything outside of that is negotiable. It's not about passing the test to find an answer. It's more about how you respond when there is no answer. So, rather than using your ex's decision to keep you where you are, use it as fuel to push you forward. Pain equals progress. We cannot progress without pain, so you can very much thank your ex for this wonderful opportunity that they have given you. They have given you the opportunity to grow, to improve physically and mentally. They've also given you the opportunity to find someone new and who is even better than them. So, the joke's on them. So maybe it's not about winning or gaining the upper hand during your breakup. Maybe a better mindset would be, let me just focus on myself. Let me level up. Let me find my purpose. Let me achieve my goals. And maybe after I've done all that, a natural side effect is that I will be more confident, happy in my own skin, and more desirable to a potential new partner. It's only once we remove our attention that we gain the attention of others, which is messed up. But the second you decide to not give a fuck and push on is the second your ex will look twice and reconsider their decision. We have a horrible habit as human beings for taking things for granted, and that everything will last forever. Sadly, 90% of all relationships will fail, and anyone can end any relationship at any time for any reason. Just because someone is in love with you today doesn't mean they will be in love with you tomorrow. If you can accept the reality of that, then you will do far better in relationships because you are less likely to become complacent. That is, as they say, the silent killer of relationships, and human beings are masters of getting too comfortable and complacent. If you are going to take anything away from this video today, I want it to be this. You are going to die. But that means you were lucky enough to be born. If you knew you only had 6 months left to live, would you sit there hoping your ex might come back before the day that you die? Or would you be out there making every second count? Along with death and taxes, breakups are a virtual guarantee. Therefore, you gain the upper hand by loving yourself enough to walk away. This by default gives you the upper hand. This by default means you win the breakup because you are not accepting the terms and conditions that your ex gave you for the breakup. You are flipping it around and you are essentially saying, okay, I'm out of here if that's your decision. Before you go, check out the video that's popping up on your screen now. Do I miss the relationship or my ex? It's a good one and I think it would help you out a lot. Thank you for listening. Keep your chin up. Stay strong. You are enough. And I will see you on the other side.